Good morning. How is everybody this morning? It's Sarah. And as promised, we are going to do lesson number 3. I hope everybody did well with lesson number 2 yesterday, which was, I have given everything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place, all the meaning it has for me. So we're just at the beginning of A Course in Miracles workbook, and it's exciting because we're at the very beginning of changing our perceptions, of loosening up our mind that's just so tight and rigid and only believes in what it sees. And these first few lessons kind of make you think, and they make you think, wow, maybe, just maybe, I can open up my mind to something different, to a different reality that does exist. It's absolutely, I mean, these seem like these small little lessons, but this is huge. It's like walking through, it's like Alice in Wonderland. It's like, it's going to open up this world that's absolutely incredible. Remember, don't believe in what you see, but believe in what you cannot see. That's the truth. And then your rational mind will be like, what is she talking about? I remember starting this and just getting so mad and having rage because I was like, what are they talking about? What is this all about? Because I had a rational mind that was so stuck in so-called reality, in what I could see. I didn't believe in anything I couldn't see. This was the real world for me. And once you make the shift, then you can life becomes really vivid and exciting and open. You're open to all the possibilities, not just one. So this morning we are going to do lesson number 3, which is a little different than lesson number 2. Boy, I wish I could get this camera a little better. The glare. See, this is my ego, okay? I mean, I just rolled out of bed, and I do every morning. That's why I look like this. And my ego just sees myself in the camera, and it's like, well, how could you do this? This is crazy. But nevertheless, here we go. So lesson number 3 is, see, I'm not listening to the ego. That's another thing. We're going to get in touch with ego and being conscious of what we're thinking. And we're going to hear the voice of ego that's saying right now to me, oh my God, you look like death rolled over. How could you do this? You're ugly. You're crazy. It's saying all these things right now while I'm doing this on here. And what I'm saying is, it's like a meditation. I'm not listening anymore. I used to get caught up in all those thoughts, and they would take me down a tunnel of just depression and despair and anxiety, all my thoughts. But now I just kind of wave to them and I say, okay, you can keep saying that stuff, and I'm going to continue on. So here we go. We're continuing on. So yesterday was, I have given everything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place, all the meaning it has for me, and we practice that. Today's a little different, and it says, I do not understand anything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place. I do not understand anything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place. So today we're saying, I do not understand any of these things. I thought I understood them, but I really don't. Apply this idea in the same way as the previous ones, without making distinctions of any kind. Whatever you see becomes a proper subject for applying the idea. Be sure that you do not question the suitability of anything for application of the idea. These are not exercises in judgment. Anything is suitable if you see it. Some of the things you see may have emotionally charged meaning for you. Try to lay such feelings aside and merely use these things exactly as you would anything else. The point of the exercises is to help you clear your mind of all past associations, to see things exactly as they appear to you now, and to realize how little you really understand about them. It is therefore essential that you keep a perfectly open mind, unhampered by judgment, in selecting the things to which the idea for the day is to be applied. For this purpose, one thing is like another, equally suitable and therefore equally useful. So the lesson, again, is just to look around the room and just arbitrarily pick things out and say to yourself, I do not understand anything I see. I do not understand that pocketbook. I do not understand this computer. I do not understand this picture. I do not understand this computer mouse. And then you look out the window and you can look at the trees and anything in nature and just repeat, I do not understand. And as we do this, we are presenting our rational mind with a different way, like a question where it thought it understood everything and it was never questioned that these things that we see every day are something we don't really understand. We're opening up and we're bringing in a new dimension of thought into things we see every single day. And by doing that, we're making space and light and room for something else to come in. And it's fantastic. And just like I said, what I used to do is put these things on a card and practice all day long with different things. I mean, don't overdo it. You know, you don't want to overdo these lessons because they're pretty powerful, and you don't want to tire yourself out and strain yourself with them. So just have fun. It's important to have fun doing this and make sure we're not scaring our ego, because we are eventually going to be working with our ego, who doesn't want change. And this is all about a perceptual shift, and this is a huge change for ego. So we want to go at this in a very gentle and loving way. I was also going to read you something from the text before I go. So this says, and again, this is written by the Holy Spirit. It's page 62. This need not be. If you cannot hear the voice for God, it is because you do not choose to listen. That you do listen to the voice of your ego is demonstrated by your attitudes, your feelings, and your behavior. Yet, this is what you want. This is what you are fighting to keep, and what you are vigilant to save. We're very, very, very vigilant at the beginning to save our ego and to not make any changes. Your mind is filled with schemes to save the face of your ego, and you do not seek the face of Christ. The glass in which the ego seeks to see its face is dark indeed. How can it maintain the trick of its existence except with mirrors? But where you look to find yourself is up to you. I have said that you cannot change your mind by changing your behavior. But I have also said, and many times, that you can change your mind. When your mood tells you that you have chosen wrongly, and this is so whenever you are not joyous, then know this need not be. In every case you have thought wrongly about some brother God created, and are perceiving images your ego makes in a darkened glass. And when I say brother, that means anybody, brother, sister, anybody, all of us that we come into contact every day. Children of God, brother, sister, it's all the same. Think honestly what you have thought that God would not have thought, and what you have not thought that God would have you think. Let me write. Think honestly what you have thought that God would not have thought, and what you have not thought that God would have you think. Search sincerely for what you have done and left undone accordingly, and then change your mind to think with God's. This may seem hard to do, but it is much easier than trying to think against it. Your mind is one with God's. Denying this and thinking otherwise has held your ego together, but has literally split your mind. As a loving brother, I am deeply concerned with your mind and urge you to follow my example as you look at yourself and at your brother, sister, children, and see in both the glorious creations of a glorious Father. So, when you look upon others today, and we're all God's children, see the glory in them. See the love that is mirroring back to you. Because our biggest teachers are the ones around us. They are us. They're reflecting back who we are. And if we take a moment to become conscious and really realize that what we are seeing in others is what is in ourselves, and have compassion and love for that, we're healing. So this is a great lesson today. Keep it up, and I will see you tomorrow. Just remember, as always, you are perfect and whole and complete. You are a child of God, and you're loved. He's with you all the time. And just know that and carry that with you. Carry that inside you today. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.